Hello guys, this is Paritosh and welcome to 6th video on AWS Retira tutorial. This is second tutorial on IAM. So in the last video we have already completed all these steps and now every step has a green tick mark. But here it says roles 0. So now we will see how to create and manage roles. You can enter in roles from here or you can also click roles in from this list. And then we click on create roles. So here we have 4 options. First is AWS service. From this option we can provide one service access to another service, and then we have another AWS account. Here we can give another AWS account to have access on our own account. So we can either choose to have MFA authentication, like before accessing to our account they have to provide the authentication code, or we can give external ID. This is very best if the another account that we are giving access is not managed by us, or if it is any third-party account, then we can use this option to have external ID. Okay, so just give you a little brief history how this works in the background. So first we have to create a trust relationship between our account and the another AWS account. So the current account or our account in which the resources are available is called trusting account, and the account that need access is called trusted account. So once this trust relationship is created, the user or application of another account can use AWS STS or security token services assume role API to have temporary credentials, and with that credential they will be able to access the AWS resources in this current our account. Okay, so in web identity or for SAML is also known as security assertion markup language. Okay, so for this two option, if we have any third-party identity provider or simply called IDPs, then we can use these two options. So the third-party identity provider can be anything from web identity like Facebook or Gmail or Amazon login, or any IDPs that support SAML 2.0 like ADFS. So to understand third-party authenticator or IDPs, we can again take the game example. So let's suppose we have created an online game and it is played by the players around the world. So we will not start creating AWS user in IAM for each and every user who are playing this game online, and instead it is better to authenticate them from their own Gmail or Facebook account. Okay, so in that case we can use these two options. In SAML particularly, if we have any IDPs that support SAML 2.0 in our office like IDFS that authenticate user inside our office, then we can use this option to give those user access on the AWS resources. So before creating role for these two options, we first have to configure IDP in the identity provider option. Let me show you. Okay, so in the list of IAM we can see here identity provider option. When we click on it, we can click on create provider, and here we can configure any of the SAML or OpenID Connect. So once we configure those IDPs here, we can again go to the role, then we can click on create role, and then we can proceed and create roles for web identities or SAML. So as for now, just let me show you how AWS service role can be created. So we click on AWS service, and we go down to, let's suppose we are creating role for EC2 to access S3. Okay, so first we click on EC2, then we click on allow EC2 instance to call AWS service on your behalf. Okay, and then we click on permission. Okay, here we have to attach policies that will give access to EC2 over S3. So simple way is to search for the permission. We just type S3 and we can check here. It is called S3 access policy and Amazon S3 full access. So it is good if we give full access just for this tutorial video, and then we click on review. So here we give a role name, say let's say S3 access, and then here we can give any description. Right now I'm leaving it blank, and then we click on create role. Okay guys, so we can see that S3 access role is now created, and we go again on dashboard and we can check here roles is now showing 1. Okay, now we will discuss some exam tips. So here are my exam tips. Exam tips for IAM. Okay, so root account is nothing but email address and password you choose to sign up on AWS. It has root level access, and for root account it is always recommend to have MFA, multi-factor authentication, to enter into the root account, so that no one else can enter to our root account and have root level access. So by default new user don't have any permission. So guys, please keep this in mind that if we create user by default, at first the user don't have any permission, and with the policies we will start assigning the permission to the user, or we add user in the group and the group has some permission which automatically get attached to the user. Okay, so by default user don't have any permission when we create the user. And then AWS recommend not to use root account in day-to-day activity. Even if we need full access, it is good to create a user and then give it administrator permission. So this might come in a scenario based question, like you are some members in a security team and you visited a company and they give you a root ID and password to log into their AWS account and check all the details. So what will be your first concern? And they give you 2 or 3 options. So the first concern must be that we don't use root ID and password in this kind of normal situation. Okay, so what next? It says access ID and secret access key is used to access AWS via API, SDK and CLI, whereas username and password used to access AWS console. Okay guys, so this is also very important, that username and password can't be used to access API or CLI tools, and access key and secret access key can't be used to access AWS console. So this is all for this video, and thank you for watching guys. Hope you have learned something, and you have been really great. Please like and subscribe and keep learning. Thank you.